All right, welcome folks. Let's trying to get some more footage to see if we can put something on. I do so many different things around here. There's nothing usually simple or short that I could video because I'm mostly doing mechanic work with a lot of testing and crap that you got to do. So I'm trying a new mic. Just got this GoPro back because the last one would just quit me after only having it about a month. Trying some new settings. I don't know if they're right, but I'll try not to ramble too much. I built this, I'm working on my truck right now, but this tool right here I built out of a piece of brass. I'm probably going to dance you around right quick, show you how this works. The one we had at the Ford house, somebody lost, so I built me a new one. Let me walk you over here to the truck, show you how this works, and hopefully I didn't lose that sealing ring. This is just to install a sealing ring on a power steering line. Trying not to bounce you too bad. Now I can't see the monitor, but I'm going to guess a little bit, but I don't know where my ring is. Dad, burn it. That's crazy. Anyway, I'll bend you down in here. You can see this power steering line right here. I believe you can see it. This should go over this, and you take a nylon ring and you force it up over here, and it fits in this groove right here and seals in the pump, which I'm replacing the pump on this. That's why I'm doing this. But my lame brain set the sealing ring somewhere, and I don't know where, but that's beside the point. When I made this, I think I squished down on this a little bit with the collet, because I had that board to, I measured them threads are 625,000, about 5/8. So anyway, let's get back over here and get busy and see how quick we can make this work out. Right up here, I'm gonna build right quick, I think, hopefully, this mic here I'm using is kind of holds me too, but anyway, let's just use I think a CCMT would work good on this. I got a pretty good selection of different stuff, but they didn't work as good as anything I've ever tried. I got lots of C and MG, but I'm making a gauge pen is what I'm going to do, since I don't have any good ones, out of just a piece of plastic, and I want it to be a little bigger than what I showed you. That line is 625, so I want to see if we can make this, let's see where we're sitting, I don't know, 630,000, anywhere like, just something bigger so it'll go on there. And that's going to be scary if I lost that seal that goes on there. I'm not even going to be able to do it, but I don't even know what I did with the tool. Anyway, let's get busy here and see how quick we can get this going. You can't see that, I can tell that right now. It's not going to be real exciting anyway. Let me put you on the other side here. If you want to see any of this. Touch that off. Nothing's real critical right now, so zero the, I'll take about 15 or 20 off. Some of that mess off of there. It's just kind of messy. And we'll just check it every once in a while, see if we're anywhere near I'd like to be about 630 or 40,000, anywhere in that neighborhood. Right now we're at about 695, so what would that be if we want to go 635 or so? We'll go, that's about 60,000, so let's take about 20 off of it a couple times and remeasure it. Well, maybe once or twice. Just see where we're at. Ain't nothing big deal to check it a few times. That's pretty good. That's ain't got my glasses on, Dad burn it. My gosh. Well, we're getting there. We're about 640, I think. Let's get it to about, let's take about 5 or 10 off and see what happens. That ought to be getting there. This ain't real critical again, just as long as it'll go over that, the threads on that. It's going to be harder to turn that brass the way I want it than it is to do this, of course. Just making a tool here, a gauge pen tool. All right, that's 600 and about 28. So that's plenty. If it'll go in there when we're done, that'd be good enough. I wouldn't, if that's a little loose in there, I'd rather have 5 or 10 thousandths clearance on that tool. So now that tool's ready, so we can measure. If you're following me, see when I bored this, I don't know how good that's zooming, but see, that won't go in there. I want to bore this open until that'll go in there, and there's very little place to grab that. See, I may just have to, I may lose it in there, but I like to just barely pinch that where I can, you know, I'm afraid it'll pinch down every time I bore it. It's just probably pinching it down. If I had something to just open that up to drive in there and, you know, like a, I may have to try that. If I don't want to take all this off of here, but let's just see if we put a little boring tool in here, see if we can make it work. If not, you know, I don't want to pinch down on this any tighter than I absolutely have to. It might work. Let's see, I'm right in your way, sorry. Let's just see how this works. Just bore it a little bit and check it with that tool I just built. All right, that'll go in the hole. So let's just, we're running at 755. we didn't touch it all the way around. Of course, every time you pull that out, I'm sure it's not round anymore. So we need to get it round again, and that's pretty much a good touch off. I had that set at 53. I'm gonna touch off this time and zero the, I'm probably sticking my arm in front of you, but sorry, I'm trying to get the best view that you can see it here, but we're touching, so let's zero this. And let's go about 5 thousandths, which is 10 off the diameter. I had my arrow here. I'm sure that's real attractive. Now, see, we still can't get in there. We need to get to where we can get that tool in there. So let's try some more. That was 5 off, according to our DRO there. So. Be about another 5. So. See if we're getting anywhere. There we go. It's a pretty good fit till you hear it pop. Probably about 1,000th over. That's perfect. That'll go on that line. That's what we want. Uh-oh, I forgot to get my finger in there to grab that. I'm gonna lose it. There we go. Now I wish I knew what I did with that sealing ring. We'll see if it fits it, but all I wanted was a good loose fit on that, and that's what we got, which was I forget, about 5 over 5/8. So let's just go see if it'll fit. Alrighty, can you see here? What we're trying to do here is get this to where it'll fit over that. Perfect, fits it. I wouldn't mind if it was just a little tighter than that, but that'll be working. That'll work plenty good. Now, if I just knew what I did with that ring, there it is. Can you see me? My monitor's way over there. Move around. I can see it way over at the lathe. So this has got some leaking fluid coming out of it, so basically just want to wet that down a little bit with some fluid. If any of you are wondering what kind of truck this is, in case you're doing anything like this, most Fords have lines like this, but this is a 99 model F250 with a 7.3 diesel in it. I've had this truck since '02. Good truck. Anyway, you should be able to spread that up over there, see there? And then when it gets in that little groove on that line, let it relax a little while, and it'll shrink right on there. Otherwise, you got to take a a screwdriver or something, and try to force it around there and keep from tearing it up. And you know, that works good. I might pinch that down if it fits good enough, but anyway, I built this the other day, and I think I pinched it a little hard with the, what do you call it? with the collet, using 5C collets, and I think when I got it thin, I kind of pinched it a little too hard, and it kind of made the hole smaller because I had the hole big enough at one time. But anyway, that's what I'm doing here on this Sunday afternoon, and I'll put you back over here so I can shut everything off. And that's really all I wanted to show you today in testing this camera and mic. And just for the fun of it, I'll show you my ugly mug. We're going to Florida in about a week, and I'm trying this camera and make sure I understand how to use it and what settings to use. And I may or may not try some video editing a little bit, see if I can figure out how to do that, or I may just throw this on there, and if you want to look at it, you can. If you want to laugh, or if you have any suggestions on any Hero 4, what settings work, if you see any problems here with my lighting, and it's hard to do during the day with that bright light coming in the windows. Anything you can suggest, whatever. Try not to tear me down too far. I had never done much stuff videoing. Anyway, I'm gonna kill it, so appreciate you watching. Goodbye.